CEO of the Fairway Group. We are in St Helier today. We have got 3 areas of the business. We have our funds team, we have a trust team, and we have a pensions team. The focus for the trust team is very much private client and corporate clients. The funds team is real estate predominantly, real estate structures, and the pensions team is predominantly servicing the local clients in Jersey, which is predominantly RATs and SIP clients. And we are promoting that service in the Middle East as we speak. We have launched what's called Flex Global, and we're working with a partner in the region called Halwyn, and we are rolling out a savings plan and savings products in the region. Well, we're owner managed, we're not private equity backed. We've spent a lot of time in the region. Actually, we look after Emirates Bank. They have a trust company in Jersey that is managed by Fairway Group, and so we have dealt with the Middle East for almost 10 years, so we're very familiar with the region. Our compliance team is very adept at dealing with the CDD issues in the region, and we have a team that spend a lot of time in the region, so we very much go down, and our BD team and the actual team that service the clients spend a lot of time in the region going to see the clients. So we're very much about the team approach, so that really suits the Middle Eastern clients. It's a lot of first generation wealth, and they want to know that they get close to their service provider, so we spend a lot of time in the region getting close to the clients, and that seems to be very efficient for them and effective for us. Originally born in Ireland, brought up in the UK, and I'm what they call an import. Live in Jersey, been here since 1987. Love the island. The island's got an awful lot to offer from families, and my family are based here. And I trained as an accountant and became a chartered accountant with Coopers & Lybrand, as it was then, now PricewaterhouseCoopers. In the sort of early 2000s, a lot of business in Jersey was either lawyer, trust company backed, or accountancy, trust company, fund service provider backed. We're very much an accountancy based service provider, so that's how we started life. So we have a sister company called Bracken Rothwell, and they very much do audit and local tax work. And because we wanted to service the corporate clients, we formed Fairway Trust in 2000, and since that we've grown organically. So my background has been private client, but we have developed over the last 20 years. It's our 20-year anniversary this year, and we've very much developed the corporate private client team. The funds team has also grown organically over that period, and we have become the market leader in the pension side, which has developed over the last sort of 10 years as well. Well, if I'm honest, probably feel like I should have been a sports woman at some point in my career. That never happened. I fell into accountancy. I was sort of looking at the legal side, and fortunately did find accountancy. It's a great career, I think, for a woman to train. It gave me a lot of flexibility in my career. It meant that I could travel and come back and do contract work, and I just really, really enjoyed it. I've actually much more enjoyed the private client side and the fiduciary side than the accountancy practice side. So although I'm a shareholder in the Bracken Rothwell side, have very much focused my attention on the Fairway Group. And you'll see a lot of synergies between our business and sport. We sponsor a number of local athletes, like Ollie Turner, who's the triathlete. We sponsor the local cricket, and they're about to kick off their Super League series for the summer. We very much see that sport and business are aligned, and they certainly are for me too. I'm a triathlete now. I'm now racing for Ireland. I raced for them in the Worlds last year, and hoping to get in the team and race in the Worlds next year. Hoping also to try and get into the Ireland team again, having raced for them last year in the Island Games, which was held in Gibraltar. So for me, there's a real alignment between focus, goal setting, working hard, discipline, and sport. So there's a lot of synergies, and so I suppose that explains why I'm so interested in sport and why I believe that sport and business are very closely aligned. is all about juggling, because it's very important to me to be very much part of their life, and you know, obviously I have to and want to be at all of their sporting occasions. That's really important. But also as an employer and wanting to be the employer of choice, we very much encourage this flexible working environment. We very much want people to be at their children's cross-country race, very much want them to be at their Christmas service. So again, I think the culture here is incredibly important for the people working here and for our clients, and that they know that we are this environment where people want to be in this environment, because we are flexible, and we do believe that, you know, family, work, flexibility is incredibly important. We are very female heavy. I think we're 67% female. That's not necessarily by design, but it does show that we are an organisation that attracts those women who want to come back to work, especially those who've had children. Yeah, of course. I think we can do an awful lot more. I think Jersey is a jurisdiction. Charlotte Valeur, chair of the ID, does quote some incredible statistics that if we wanted 100 listed companies to be hosted in Jersey, that we would have to have a pool of at least females of at least 300 women that could sit on those boards, to ensure that effectively there wasn't a conflict of interest, and that we had enough people to go around. Unfortunately, the numbers are nowhere near that. We're sort of probably in the 30 mark, I would say, at a guess. And I know the states are working hard to try and get more females into the states, because that's where it will start. It has to start, the tone from the top has to come from there. And there are very, very few women currently, you know, holding the top positions in the states. And that is changing. I know they are working hard towards that, but unless the industry actually embraces diversity and women more openly, and provides this flexible working environment, and encourages also the children of the future, the school leavers, to seek a career, that could mean that they become the CEOs, then we've all got to work together. There's an awful lot of work to do, and I think unless we do something about it now, then all of these clients will go elsewhere to jurisdictions where they do have females, you know, to be able to support their businesses. You know, so when you look at the Scandinavian countries, and they have this very 50-50 parental time out when they have children, and very much they encourage that virtually every board has to be 50-50. You know, we don't all want to go down the, you know, ticking off numbers, but until we enforce some sort of equality and drive the desire to have shared boards with equal men and women, and obviously there's all the rest of the diversity to think about, there's neurodiversity, which is also an area of interest for us, then nothing's going to change. But for us, you know, we employ people on merit, and it just so happens that we have 67% female workforce. We have 3 strands to our strategy with clients, and it's retention, so it's very important for us to retain our clients, and our statistics are very high in that area. We're sort of 98%, 99% retention rate, which is incredibly high. Maximisation, which is also working on the relationship, making sure that we are doing a very good job, and we track the statistics there as to how much additional work we can do for clients. And again, the results show that because we are retaining our clients, we are then maximising and becoming their provider of choice. Sometimes clients come to us and we look at one area of the services for them, and obviously they've got work all over the place with lots of different providers, and we just track how well we're doing with those, and we can measure our success on the basis of how much work we've got of their entire portfolio. The other area of our strategy is obviously acquisition, which is the work we do for actually getting new business. And a lot of our clients refer business to us, which is also indicative that we're doing a really good job. And we've also got great relationships with a lot of the law firms, and that's the source of a lot of our new business as well. So I think strategically, with all of those retention, maximisation and acquisition, I think strategically that sort of leads to our very successful growth rate of we've been tracking at 20% for a number of years. We've had years where it's been exceeded that of 40%, but we're sort of tracking 20% this year. Yeah, I think it's all about discipline and being, you know, focused, having goals, and lots of people ask me how to juggle it all. I think everyone juggles an awful lot, and it's about being disciplined with your time, using the early morning slots, whether that's 5 o'clock in the morning and being back in the house at 7 when the children wake up, or it's the sort of evening session that you have. It's maximising your time, and equally I think it's also enables you to maximise your time within the office. I certainly find being fitter in mind helps me be more effective in my role as CEO. We also are really keen to promote health, fitness, well-being in the office, and there's an awful lot of initiatives going on within the office, and I've noticed the general happiness of the office. It's very important. We have office yoga, koga as they call it. We've got this 0 to 5k initiative, and what's wonderful about that is the numbers are quite big that are taking part in that, but also when you qualify, when you've sort of succeeded and got through your made it to the 5k, then those people are running the next run club. So there's this evolving cycle of the run club continuing to, they're training the new people. And then we also have the Experience Run Club, which is also really popular. We have also invested quite a lot of time in, we've got a huge wellbeing program. I mean, it's not just about the stand-up desks, and we have dogs in the office on a Wednesday. We have our Wolf Wednesday, and we have a rota, and the dogs come in, and that obviously changed the dynamic, and people really enjoy having dogs around. But we have meditation sessions that we encourage people to attend. A lot of people now have a lot of stress in their life, and that goes from the young to the old. We've also trained a number of mental health first aiders within the business, and we really encourage this open dialogue about mental health and mental well-being. And I think along with the meditation, along with the fitness, I think it brings out the best in people. Certainly for me, training, performing, I want to be the best that I can be at all times. So having the discipline in and out of the office with my training regime really helps.